Chapter 59. The Antarctic Ocean. O thou vast ocean, ever-sounding sea, thou symbol of drear immensity, thy voice is like the thunder, and thy sleep is as a giant's slumber, loud and deep. The Ocean, Barry Cornwall. Early next morning we flew over the rocky cape and entered the great Antarctic Ocean. It was covered with enormous bergs and floes, heaving and tossing amidst the billows. The sky was clear, the sun shone bright, and a brisk breeze blew down from the west as we coursed over the ocean. My Martian friends gazed with wonder on the scene. "These skies are so different from ours," said Asterion. "Such a beautiful blue, and expanding to a far greater amplitude. The horizon sweeping around in a great circle, and this rolling ocean. It is magnificent. We have no such seas on Mars. Everything is on a vast scale in your world." "I wish we had an old Leviathan here," said Hartilion, his countenance glowing with excitement. By Pluto, how he would delight to breast these big billows." "Lieutenant," said Captain Susanak, "your world is so different from ours in its physical and geographic appearance. We know nothing of your meteorological changes, storms, etc. Should tempests assail us, we will commit the guidance of our ships to you." "To you, Captain, belongs the honor of navigating the first Martian airship over this terrestrial globe. I will act only as your pilot," I replied. I pointed out on the map the southern extremities of South America, Australia, and Africa, which form the 3 points of an irregular triangle surrounding the southern hemisphere. I described the physical and geographical divisions of these continents and the peoples inhabiting them. New Zealand, lying off the east coast of Australia, was the nearest land, being only about 1,600 miles distant. We swiftly flew over the ocean, passing many islands, and towards evening the long shore line of New Zealand came into view. It was skirted with rugged reefs and precipices. Passing Stewart Island, we entered the interior country, coursing over its mountains, plains, and cultivated fields, keeping the ship at a high altitude, which commanded a more extensive view. We decided not to land, being doubtful what reception we might meet with from the inhabitants. The superior personal appearance of my Martian friends, the gigantic stature and Herculean frame of Hartilion, far surpassing any human being on Earth, the sight of our glittering 6-winged ships descending from the clouds would certainly fill them with astonishment and alarm, and in their terror they might fire on us. We traversed the whole southern island, and by nightfall reached Cook Strait, separating it from the North Island. Its mouth is about 30 miles wide. Port Nicholson and Wellington City lie to the north on the slope of the Tarula Mountains. The moon shone brightly, illuminating the landscape, and we could plainly see the country beyond, the mountain slopes covered with fine trees, and in the valleys and meadows cattle and sheep grazing or reposing on the grass. "This seems to be a rather fine country," remarked Asterion. "Yes," said I. "It has an excellent agricultural and mineral resources, climate fine and equitable, numerous flourishing plantations, cities, towns, and villages, inhabitants thrifty and industrious, good international trade, and commerce with foreign ports. Many parts of it have magnificent and beautiful scenery, pretty lakes, and countless streams of the purest water. It has the most wonderful collection of geysers, hot springs, and mineral waters of any country in our world, natural baths of clear blue-colored water possessing remarkable medicinal properties, flowing in beautiful colored natural marble basins. Our friend John is lineally descended from one of the most distinguished warrior kings of the original Maori tribes." John, who was quite familiar with all parts of his native land, assisted my description. "Hi," said he, "me feel much big proud of great Tahoki war chief, what was on my own great-grandfather daddy. He killed, cooked, and eat big heap enemy chiefs in his day, by jingo. He hunt big bird 12 feet high, and have no wings nor tail, lay egg big as a bushnell basket, run swifter than a racehorse, fight like a lion, rip any man or beast right open with one kick of his foot. Big war chief and big bird all gone forever, and tears stood in his eyes. Have much funny little things in me country, birds what have no wings, covered all over with hair like poodle, run terrible swift. Have much big bat what suck blood from folks when go to sleep, fan 'em softly with their wings all time, so can no wake up, sometimes never wake up. Have big rat with long legs can jump right up in a second-story window, terrible sharp teeth, gnaw holes straight through glass window, make teeth all sharper. Have little frogs, what fly like bird, and cry like little pig, pretty little white mice, what sing like bird, have queer little animal, wool like sheep, tail like beaver, bill like duck, webbed feet like goose, poison claw on hind foot, live under water or on land all the same, bark like dog, lay eggs like hen, eat worms and fish, have no snakes in my country. Quite a menagerie of natural curiosities, Altiforum remarked. It has an area of about 100,000 square miles, 60 million acres of land, and a population of about 500,000 people, said I. A very small population for a country of that size, replied Asterion. In the event of an emigration from our planet, with our improved systems of agriculture and chemical science as applied to it, the island could easily support a population of hundred millions. I now described Australia, lying 1,200 miles to the west in the South Pole, and the Indian Oceans, its area of 3 million square miles, about the size of the United States, and its population of nearly 3 millions. About as large as our kingdom of Mandal Ultima, and under Martian civilization could support a population of over 1,000 million, remarked Asterion. Let us pay the Australians a visit, said Altiphora, looking at his watch. It is now 9 o'clock. We can reach it early tomorrow morning. Provided no storm arises, said I. Ho! For Australia! Exclaimed all.